I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Hello and welcome to Jonesing for Wins, a Four Winds media podcast all about the Dallas Cowboys. Each week during the season and often during the off-season, Jonathan and I will discuss what's happening with the Cowboys. We enjoy engaging in a biased, heated, and often irrational discussion about the team that we've both grown up watching. We welcome all your comments and hope you enjoyed enough to share with your friends. With that being said, let's get started. All right, we're back. This time Jonathan is joined with his brother Jordan Almanzar. That would be him, yes. So wanted to talk a little bit about the off-season today and want to talk about some upcoming games, what we're looking forward to. Jordan is a longtime listener, first-time guest on the show. What are your thoughts of the show?
I love the show. I listen to it every week. I'm one of the ones that gives you a thumbs up on YouTube. So I mean, we had our disagreements, I guess. There was even a shout out to me last year about how I was wrong when I was saying let's just keep Cooper Rush in there. So I don't know. I like the show. It's a good show.
All right. So talk a little bit about free agency. And speaking of free agency, Cooper Rush re-signed. What do you think of that? How's that in your thought process? Do you think we should have looked elsewhere, or are you happy with this? What are your thoughts?
We got him pretty cheap, right?
Yeah,
we got him. So I mean, I think he's a fine backup. Yeah. So yeah, it's okay to get him back.
He couldn't come on the show, everyone, unless he said he was a fine backup, not a starter. That's the only way we allowed him on. So
yeah, exactly. You guys twisted my arm with this whole Dak thing.
What do you think of the signing, Jonathan?
I don't care. Yeah, I'm fine. I would rather have somebody that kind of knows what's going on than like somebody that has no idea what's going on. But I don't really care about the backup quarterback. I just hope we never have to see him. That's all.
Well, that's the hopes of any backup quarterback. But yeah. I'm fine with the signing. I don't mind it. I think it's good. It worked well for us last year, so I'm not going to complain about having it this year. So.
And in 5 years he'll be the head coach. So.
Oh, that's true.
Be the offensive coordinator.
Yeah. 2 years he'll be the offensive coordinator. 5 years he'll be the head coach.
He's got to be an assistant head coach for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
For like a year.
They'll work him in slowly. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll bring back more to be the head coach, and then he can intern under him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we need an interim. So, free agency.
No, not interim. An actual intern.
Oh.
He'll be an actual intern.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the Cowboys are trying something new.
I got you. We're going to do an intern for the head coach for a little bit. Not going to pay him. We're just going to kind of give him this shot and see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, and then they'll start cashing. Him and his wife can cash in their frequent flyer miles and trade those, and so they don't even need to get paid.
That's how they're getting to the game, right? Because the Cowboys aren't going to pay him to go to the game, so cash in those frequent flyer miles. And that makes the most sense. So, all right. So, Stephon Gilmore, we signed him. I don't even know the length of the deal, but we got him for a 5th-round pick. This year, 5th-round pick. Thoughts? Let's grade him. So, we got Gilmore, 5th-round pick. What are your go?
A.
And Jordan?
A.
I gave it an A+. I thought that was a great signing. I think it puts us up there. I think Miami's probably got the best defensive backfield, but I think this puts us up there.
I don't know, man. If you're just going 2, yeah. But Cowboys they can go 5 deep.
Yeah, that's true.
If everybody's healthy. Wilson is good. Who's number 0 now? What's his name?
Malik.
No.
Not Malik.
It wasn't Micah Parsons either.
Micah Parsons wanted to, but he got.
He said he was going to be 0, and then this other guy took it away from him. How did he take it away from him?
Because of seniority. They go by seniority. They go by 2 things: seniority and the time in which you request it. But I think.
And I also forgot you have to buy all of your jersey
old
numbers.
Stock. Correct.
You have to buy all of them.
If we switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for Micah, it would have been over $1 million.
Yeah.
Micah's 11. What's his
yes.
number?
Yeah.
Micah's 11.
Yeah. That's a good number.
Yeah, and that was unique when he got it.
Yeah.
Their linebackers weren't 11.
But the guy who went to his number 0,
Yep.
he's a good safety. And then you've got Anthony Brown and
Anthony Brown isn't
Lewis.
re-signed yet, is he?
I think they'll resign him though. Lewis, who's the rookie last year? Bland.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean they've got a lot of good
All right.
D-bags.
And Joseph. I don't think they're signing him. I think they cut him.
Isn't it funny that I'm not just skipping over your Joseph comment. I'm completely changing the subject.
You're completely
Isn't it
ignoring
funny that Micah Parsons tweeted out Agent Zero lining up for the Cowboys, and then that dude was like, "Not so fast, man."
Did he respond like that?
Yeah, he quote tweeted and said, "Not so fast."
That's a bad sign. He doesn't have respect for him.
No.
So,
what is his name, Craig?
I'm looking it up now. You just keep the talking going and entertain the crowd while I look up. Why can't I think of his name?
Donovan Wilson, I think, puts our defensive backfield over the top. My boy, Donovan Wilson.
I agree.
Because he's a killer.
Yeah.
He's a killer. I could see him breaking legs. Like when, what's his name, was like, we're going to bite people. If we're on our ground, we're going to take them out at the kneecaps. We're going to bite them when they're laying on the ground. Donovan Wilson would be one of those people. He'd be chomping.
Curse.
Maybe that's what it's meant by when you say chomping
Curse.
at the bit. Davon Curse.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I can come back in now and pretend that I was there this whole time.
He's like, not so fast, young man. Not so fast.
But yeah, I guess it comes down to seniority, which I think I sent you this the other day. The quarterback with the longest tenure with his team.
Wait, let Jordan guess.
Longest tenure with the Cowboys?
The quarterback, starting quarterback with the longest tenure.
In the NFL.
Currently in the NFL.
Not Aaron Rodgers, because he's leaving.
Second
Supposedly.
it's got to be Dak.
That's surprising to me.
Yeah,
it seems like there's so many quarterbacks that should be there, but yeah, nobody.
They're all quitters.
They are.
After Dak got in the league, they all started quitting one by one.
They're like, can't take it anymore, I'm out. Tom Brady was one of the first to go. So, Brandon Cooks, Cowboys pick him up for a 5th round and a 6th of next year.
Yeah. You want a grade on this one?
Yeah. What do you want to grade him?
My grade is we'll see. We'll see.
Wow, you're giving it a C.
No,
right.
I'm saying we'll see.
And that would be a C.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're giving it a C. And how about you, Jordan?
I'll go with we'll see also.
Wow. You guys not a fan. This guy has continually put up good numbers with what quarterback has he really had? But he puts
Matthew
up good
Stafford?
numbers. When did he have Matthew Stafford?
I don't know. I'm just
Oh,
throwing
you're
out-
just
Didn't he play for the
naming.
Rams?
You were just
Wait, didn't he
naming
play for the Rams?
quarterbacks.
Didn't he play for the Rams?
I think before Matthew Stafford.
So Jared Goff.
Right. Okay. So what do we think of Jared Goff? I mean, last year he did okay, but
Didn't he play for Tom Brady?
yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I
But out of,
What?
I think,
What
what has
is
he been,
New
9
England guy?
seasons now, and he's got six seasons with over 1,000 yards receiving, and he wasn't with New England that long.
yeah.
He was
I
on-
don't know.
Texas last year, having his worst season with a rookie that nobody even knew nor cared.
Davis Mills was in his 2nd season,
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
and he has the longest neck of any quarterback in the history of the NFL.
So he probably should have done better with the neck
Yeah,
guy.
because he can see over. It's like it's like a periscope. Like he's like this. He's got
Can
a
I-
great field vision.
Can it go full around, or?
I don't know. I think I saw. He gets close. He's got close to like. I don't think he can go around, but I think he can go all the way to like dead center behind him, and then
Okay.
back to dead center behind him.
Okay,
Didn't
so
his parents use those rings, those
Yeah,
extension
his
rings.
parents, they were missionaries to Africa,
Okay.
and
So
so they got those rings when he was a baby. They put them on.
from babyhood. Babyhood, is that
Yeah.
a thing? Okay.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
start early. I'm doing it with one of my daughters. So
Oh,
You
okay.
can't. It's not something that you can just jump into like when you're
Now,
5.
do you have to start turning the head early and just kind of pressure? Like, is it when she sleeps that you turn it? How does that work, Jordan?
My wife was in charge of most of it, so I'm not totally sure in the earliest days. Now I help pull the head really hard so we can fit another ring in.
Oh,
That's
okay.
about all.
All
But
right,
they
and I'm
do-
sure that doesn't hurt at all, so that's
No,
probably...
because the babies have reset buttons. Like you can just push right here and it goes.
in that
goes
soft
back to
spot that
factory
they call it.
reset.
Yeah.
It's a factory reset.
They
But
just don't want you to reset the baby.
no, because then all that work of this goes away. But I think Brandon Cooks is. I just when you think of the best receivers in the NFL, do you think of Brandon Cooks?
I don't think you think of Brandon Cooks much at all, but how often do you
Ever.
really think of the Houston Texans? And
But he played for Houston 1 year, Craig. 1 season.
two.
Okay, 2.
Actually, I think it was
That
longer.
is 9?
I think he's played 3 years at Houston.
Oh, let's just keep adding to it.
4 years. You want
He's
5?
played
You want 5? You want to make it
he's played
5?
9
Do you want to make it 5?
Here's the problem. He's played for 9 seasons, and we don't even really know for sure where he's played or who he's played with. I think that shows a problem right there. And I'm not
But
like into.
He hasn't played
tiny-
with a decent quarterback. I'm
not
willing.
into-
All right, I'm going to state it right now. I'm putting it on the record. This turns into an A+. This is an A+ signing. This is
Well,
a
we said
guy
we'll
who
see.
changes the team offensively. By the end of the season, he's going to be so
Changes the
good, and
team
you will not
offensively?
give him any credit. But I promise you, Jordan, at the end of the year, will put in the comments, I love the signing of Brandon Cooks. I love
Changes
the
the
signing of
offense.
Brandon Cooks.
I hope so. I
Listen-
still have his jersey.
You know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like, what was that, Austin? Miles Austin? Not Miles Austin. No, the little tiny one that they got from the Rams. They sent him over in that little care
Oh,
package,
yeah, I remember who you're talking
brought
about.
him
Yeah.
out, and they put him in the backfield. That's who this reminds me of. And you sound the same as you did that day with him.
Wow. Huh. Just,
What was that kid's name?
I love the signing of Brandon Cooks. It's going to happen. And you're going to be, this is totally Dak. Dak has changed the world, but it's going to be a lot of it very similar to Philadelphia. Last year, Dak didn't have weapons. We talked about it at the beginning of the season. This year, he's going to have some weapons.
Okay.
And I think this is going to be a very good signing that Cooks isn't going to get all the attention of except for your brother. Brother love. So, all right.
I hope so.
Chuma Adaga. Adaga, is that how you pronounce his last name?
Is Cooks related to Dalvin Cook?
Yeah, he just had multiple mothers. So they put an extra S on the end. So
it wasn't like brothers from a different mother. It was brothers from lot of mothers. Brothers from lots of mothers.
this is Delvin's brother from other mothers.
Okay.
They're blood brothers, like the old way where
Okay.
you cut your hand and shake hands, maybe.
That makes sense. Yes.
Okay.
That's it. That's what it is. And I think
would
the
feel
mothers
better-
actually shook hands.
Yeah, I
So-
think it is the.
I would
And that's
feel
why
better
it's
about
multiple.
the Dalvin Cook signing than a Brandon Cooks signing.
Well, Dalvin Cook still could happen. Because
And-
Dalvin Cook might be cut at the end of the draft.
Is Brandon Cooks, is his name like because he performs that action, or there's multiple of him?
I think it's multiples.
I think
He's He's got a doctorate, so we should listen in languages.
Oh yeah, it has to be that the mother and the father both cooked, and then you can add the S.
So there's two. It's the action of two people preparing food.
Okay.
Multiple people.
My understanding with the contract when I read through it, and I don't have a doctorate in anything at all, but I thought it was because when they were talking about when he comes over, they were discussing like what happens during the pregame. What are we going to do for tailgating? And they said Brandon Cooks. So Brandon Cooks, and that's
I can
how
see
it
that.
happened.
That's what he does. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could see him enjoying tailgating as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Multiple. Also, is it Brandine? Brandine? It's not Brandon, right?
I think it's Brandon.
It's either
Yeah.
Brandon or Brandine.
I think it's Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, if if he gets cut this year, he might have time to join our show, and we can talk
Do you
to him a little
think-
more on
Do
that.
one more question about this. Do you
Yes.
think his first name is like the slight, light sound of constantly harvesting bran?
Ooh.
Or
And that he uses to
Or-
cook. Oh, I'm sorry.
or is it like they're saying, oh, it's the let's catch these cows and place this hot poker on the side of them, but let's not do it out in the wild. Let's do it inside our barn.
Brand in.
You think it's brand in?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
that does light up a whole new and then he cooks the steak.
Yeah, because I think din is just not familiar enough of a word. I don't think his parents were thinking, what's that slight
That
hum?
was in, so it has to be
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just took off the G, like Joneson. Brandon.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not even we're gonna brand inside. We're not
No, they're not branding inside. They're doing it outside still because that's where you want the cow screams, all that stuff. But you wanna brand it right there outside.
Brandon.
Tonight we're gonna brand in.
Yep,
No,
we're
they
Brandon.
No, they're saying tonight we're gonna be Brandon.
Today, probably.
Today we're
Yeah.
gonna be Brandon.
Today we're branding that cow over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the two of them, because they were both
Cooks.
food
Yes.
preparers. Yeah.
I don't think
Okay.
they were preparers, right? Jordan, am I wrong?
They
I
were the
don't.
cookers.
Again, I don't have the doctorate. But
Contract.
if you're food prep, you're probably not cooking, right?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
I know
think
there's
there
a
has to
fine
be
line. I just don't know where that is. So
Yeah.
Heat applied. Okay.
okay. All right. So
Iggy Azalea?
what's that?
Iggy Azalea, is that our next signing?
Who did you say?
Iggy Azalea?
Well, I was going Chuma Edoga, but
Chima Edoga.
They rhyme, so.
well, yeah, we could do both.
No, let's do Chima
Okay.
Edoga.
Okay, Edoga is a offensive lineman, which I think we need help in. So
Mhm.
I'm giving a B+. I don't know linemen all that well, so I'm going B+.
Yeah, B+ for me.
I'll give it a. I don't like adding like those things
Pluses and
symbols, so I'm just gonna keep it at a B.
So you're like just these are the numbers.
B flat. B flat.
B flat. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Ronald Jones.
D.
Yeah, I don't really care for this signing at all.
I mean, I know he costs nothing, but why then? So if he cost us nothing,
Exactly.
signed-
I cost him nothing. Nobody's writing me a contract. Nobody's like, hey, we're gonna sign Craig for a year to help Brandon Cooks.
That's a great point.
yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't get on the field for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He didn't really play for Tampa. I mean, they signed Fat Fournette. What's his name? Leonard.
Leonard Fournette. Yeah, I don't like that guy. I would have been
But
upset about
that's
that one
better
too
than-
because he would have demanded
That's
more
better
money.
than this guy. Did you see where Zeke is in the bottom half of the league in short yardage runs? If
I
it's
did
2
not.
yards or less, he's the bottom half of the league.
And we gave him all that support last year.
Yeah, and $20
They
million.
should cut him. They're talking about bringing him back even.
I mean, if they could get him for the price of Ronald Jones, I would take him over.
I would take him over Ronald Jones as well, but I'd rather just sign a rookie at this point. There is talk, like I said, about Cook, and there's also talk of from Tennessee, Derek Thomas, because both are
He's
looking to
dead.
be cut. Both are looking to be cut after the draft.
Derek Thomas.
Not Derek
From the
Thomas. No, not Derek Thomas. It doesn't even make sense. Why would you say that? He's not even around anymore. I mean, you could get him cheap, but I probably should cut that out, huh? So
I'm so confused right now.
the running back. Why can't I think of his name? Derek
Henry?
Henry. Thank you. Whew, man. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean-
Derek Henry.
If you get him for the same price, that'd be great.
Yeah, I don't think you could, but
So
no, I wouldn't mind Derrick Henry for one season, but I just think just draft somebody. Just draft a
I
running back.
agree.
It don't matter. It
Yeah.
it honestly doesn't. Do you think it matters?
No, I think it's a little bit overrated.
Yeah. Just put somebody back there.
That's
Definitely an
I mean,
overrated position.
last year I was calling for Malik Davis a lot more. Like a couple games when he got in, I was like, just let him go. He looks fast. Like,
Yeah.
why are we hyping up so much the starters?
Well, and I don't know Malik. We didn't see enough of him to know, but was he more a Pollard type runner, or was he more of a
I think
Zeke
I heard
type
he's
runner?
a combo. I heard he's a combo.
He looked bigger. I thought he was bigger, but he did look quick though.
But
All right.
I have two things to say about running backs. One, three things. The first thing, Ronald Jones. If you found out Ronald Jones was the actor who played Ronald McDonald in a McDonald's movie, would you be surprised?
Not at all.
Okay. Two,
They probably have the
Ronald,
same running ability. They might wear the same shoes.
Ronald Jones led the league in fumbles, and he only had like 13 carries or something like that, or maybe 38. Three, running backs obviously don't matter. When Christian McCaffrey, do you think he's a good running back, Craig?
I thought he was. Well, no. You know what? I won't ever take him in fantasy because he's always injured.
Right, but
That makes him a bad running back to me.
But last season, but real quick, last season, he's a
Yes.
good running back, right? Like,
Yes.
If you're going to rank out top 5 running backs, he'd probably be in the
He
top
would be
5
in there,
list.
yes.
He gets traded and he goes to San Francisco. Carolina has the same rushing statistics without him as they had with him, with two people that, do you know who they were?
It wasn't Steven Davis or something like that, one of their
I have
names?
no idea who. I have no idea.
But San Francisco's running game did improve.
I guess. Is it because of him or is it because of that quarterback?
I mean, they went through 3-4 quarterbacks, so tough to
I know,
say.
but when they switched from Jimmy G to the
to the rookie kid.
good.
Yeah.
I just don't think running backs matter that much.
All right. Well, I'm with you. I don't think you need to spend as much as we spent on Pollard, but I didn't think they would. And I mean, some of these guys are holding out for more. I think that's crazy. All right, so Ronald Jones, we're done. Trent Sieg. I don't know. He's a long snapper. We need him because our long snappers are terrible. So I was good with those. Same with McQuaid. Who else? Who did you say?
Iggy Azalea?
Yeah.
What about her?
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I guess Black Widow Baby was a good song. I don't know. I wasn't really a fan.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was weird.
Are you excited about this, or are you thinking?
No, I mean, I thought it was weird when she was dating that Lakers player, but I can't even remember his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people called him by his nickname, and I don't remember what it was. So yeah.
Would you go with a long-term contract, or you wouldn't even care? You would just.
Do I get a share of her concert draws? Then
Yeah.
yes, I would go with the long. Then
Okay.
yeah, I'd go with the long-term concert. I mean, the long-term
concert. All right.
contract. But like, I'm not going to stream her on Spotify or anything.
Ooh. But that would be more money for you.
Yeah, but I don't. I would rather it not show up on my Spotify play. Like when Spotify gives you the Wrapped at the end of the,
Yeah.
I don't want it to
And then
say
it does
Iggy
similar
Azalea,
songs and stuff like
most
that, and who
listened
wants
to.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. So, players that stayed that we decided to keep, because I'm gonna cut this shorter than where we were going. Players that we decided to keep. Pollard, any of those guys, anyone you wish we hadn't kept?
I mean, I think it was dumb for us to franchise tag Pollard.
I agree.
Like he doesn't need that much money. We don't even know if he can walk.
There's times where he's great, and there's times where he doesn't do much. I don't. Same token. I'm not a big fan of giving a lot of money to a running back. It's burned us in the past. Just recently, it'll. Burn
But it's like we love it. It's like we love to do it. You know.
Yep. So where are you at with the team right now? What are your thoughts on the team if the season were to start today? Don't look at draft coming. What are your thoughts?
16-1. 16-1. They lose the first game of the season and then roll through 16 straight.
Jordan disagrees.
Yeah, I don't have that high of expectations. I mean, I think they'll have a winning season, maybe 12 wins.
I don't think 16-1, but I wouldn't shy away from 14-3.
Really? I was kind of joking, but yeah, let's do it.
I wouldn't. I mean, Philly did 14-3 last year, and I don't think you thought. I don't know what Jordan. What did you think of Philly last year? Did you think they were as good as their record? Obviously, they were. They had the record, but
I mean, no, I didn't. I thought the whole time I was waiting for them to collapse. I just thought they would, and they didn't until the very, very end. But no, I didn't think they were as good as their record was.
Yeah. All right. So, next season's schedule. Got Philadelphia Eagles, the Giants, Washington, obviously. Then it's at home. We've got Los Angeles Rams, Seattle Seahawks,
Win.
the Patriots,
Win.
the
Is that at home?
Jets.
These are at home.
Yeah.
These are
Win.
at home. Yep. The Jets and the Lions.
Win. The they could lose to the Lions at the end of the year. I'm gonna say 15-2.
Well, that's not the end of the year. We don't know where that is. That could be
Oh.
the first game of the season. We don't know. There's no schedule out yet. So, away games, we have the division: Philly, New York, Washington. Then we've got Arizona Cardinals, the
Win.
49ers,
Win.
Miami Dolphins,
Win.
Buffalo Bills,
Win.
the Panthers, and
Win.
the Chargers.
Win. That's kind of a tough. They have a tough schedule.
You think win?
They do. You went with winning on every one of them. I don't.
We don't know if it's at. Oh yeah, no, it is at San Francisco, huh? They have to play at Miami, at New England, at Buffalo.
Yep. Yeah, but we're playing at home against
Go.
the Patriots and the Jets.
And at the Chargers.
At Chargers though, like
Yeah,
No, that's
Chargers.
just a big trip
yeah,
and like.
The Buffalo one's gonna be the. I think, depending on, especially not that these guys haven't played in snow, but
and with the
Buffalo's just
change in how they're doing it, where you can play 2 Thursday night games.
yeah,
You can play more if you play them back to back. If you play back to back Thursday night games, you could end up playing 3 Thursday night games. And you know the Cowboys are going to end up playing.
I was gonna say, I bet you that does happen with them because the draw they have, and they automatically
and
pay
they always
Thanksgiving.
have that 3 games in 10-day thing
Yeah.
all the time.
But I imagine Buffalo is gonna have a pretty good record. Like that could be a big win. Like that, like depending on when it comes in the year, but it just feels like that could be we went to Buffalo and beat them in bad weather.
Yeah,
It could be a big.
it could be a big
they-
loss too,
If they have to play Miami early in the season, they'll lose, I think.
because
Miami
of
usually-
Tua, or because the way the Dolphins start.
The way the Dolphins start, everybody will talk about the Heat, even though Dallas will be hotter than here. We'll
Right.
still talk about it.
That is weird, right?
I know.
uh,
It is weird.
but I actually am looking forward to that game because I'm coming down there to go to that
Let's
game.
do it.
If you're there,
Let's do it.
kind of expected you would be, but
Okay, we will.
all
Let's
right.
do it.
So then, what games you looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the Buffalo game. I think that is going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to San Fran. Both of them have to be away. We don't have any good home games really.
How about you?
New
Yeah,
England, maybe.
I like both of those, and maybe that. I mean, it doesn't sound like that exciting of a game, but the Detroit game, because I imagine Detroit's going to be pretty good next year too.
That's true.
So that could be a big home win, because Detroit always scares me for some reason. And I mean, they wouldn't play on Thanksgiving because Detroit plays on Thanksgiving, right?
But they could.
Right. No, they
But
wouldn't. No, because they
They
both
could.
have they both have contracts for home games.
Oh, okay.
So they'd have to play both at home. So I don't know if they'd have to go in between.
So one of them will play Washington,
Drives.
one will play Green Bay.
Yeah,
I
as per usual.
I could see the Jets beating them if Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback, because the Cowboys love to lose to Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
out of nowhere. But if I'm looking forward to a game, I guess Miami, because I'll be here and get to watch it. And I always like when they play the Redskins because they're in their dark uniform, or the Redskins are, and those are 2 of my favorite uniforms in football:
mean-
the
you
dark
mean the
Cowboys
Commanders.
and the dark Redskins uniforms. What?
So do you mean the Commanders? And I know why you
Whatever.
look forward to it, because of Tully or whatever his name is, the big hog.
Oh, I forgot about that stupid thing.
Isn't that a Commander shirt usually?
No. I wish.
So yeah.
Also, I'm looking forward to the Patriots game, so I can hear all about it on local radio. And they're probably, I'm guessing the Patriots aren't going to be that good, so to get beat at Dallas would be fun.
Oh yeah, and then he can talk trash to all of his co-workers, his peers.
My colleagues
Colleagues,
in
that's
my
what they call them,
in my business,
Colleagues, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah,
ones that
peers.
are under you, they're their peers.
Junior.
They have peers to each other.
Oh yeah,
He oversees the peers.
He
the peer.
over peers
Peer-
the peers. Peers over the peers.
Yeah. He peers over the peers at the peers.
Oh. All right. So I'm gonna just go ahead and skip over that because I got like way off track. So all right, so let's look at next year. What is your realistic? So you think what is going to be the record? Jordan first. I know you kind of gave an idea, but we didn't really get a actual.
Hearing all that, I mean, I'm always optimistic going into it. I'm going to increase it by a win and say 13 wins, 4 losses. And 2 of those losses will be upsets where we should have, teams we should have beat.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. How about you, Jonathan?
And the other 2 is in the division, probably.
I'm gonna go 17 and up. No. I'll say.
Are you a barber down there?
I think we're gonna say 11 and 6.
11 and 6. Wow. And where are your losses coming from?
They're gonna lose to the Jets. They're gonna lose 1 conference game. They're gonna lose to Miami.
Who's the conference game?
I don't care. Pick it.
Okay.
Pick them.
Fine.
They're gonna lose.
Say the Giants.
They're gonna lose to. How many losses do I have to give them? 6.
6. Yep.
They're gonna lose to Buffalo. They're gonna lose to New England. They're gonna lose to all the AFC East, the whole AFC East, and people are gonna be like,
"Wow,
AFC East is so much better than the NFC East," but it's not gonna matter because they're still gonna win the Super Bowl, and then they'll lose to San Francisco.
Wait, who's going to the Super Bowl?
Cowboys.
How are they going to lose? Oh, the additional losses to San Francisco. Yeah. But you had... Yeah. Okay, I lost count, but I guess you had 6 losses.
Okay.
The AFC East
division.
And 1 NFC East in San Francisco.
Okay, and that's right. You said that... I was thinking the Jets, but you said the Jets, which is AFC, so it doesn't matter. All right, I'm still going... I'm keeping my 14 and 3. I think we'll split with the Giants, and we'll lose to the Giants at home.
Gross.
I know. And then I think that we're going to lose to Buffalo, and we will lose to Detroit.
Of course you think we're going to lose to Buffalo because you love
I'm
Buffalo.
Such a gigantic Buffalo fan. I have no idea how that started, but I am. That totally makes sense. I mean, I was 4 hours away.
Yeah.
And 3 hours from Philadelphia, but and I don't know how many hours, almost 4 hours from New York City. Well, 3.5. So yeah, I mean, of the closest 3 teams, they were the third farthest. Yeah. And I went to school there. I guess you could go there-ish. Yeah. There, not there. So all right,
that's a long bus ride every morning.
It was. You had to get on the bus. We literally got on at like 12:31 a.m.
Yeah.
Because we had so many stops.
Oh, I can't imagine. Yeah.
And it was one of those double-decker buses we had to take. Oh, because it was like a
lot of stops.
Yeah, it was, and of course they put me in the top, all the way in the back.
Yeah.
I think it was. I don't think the bus driver liked me, to be honest with you. It was always like, "Oh, you go sit in the back upstairs. Nobody wants to talk to you, kid." And there was like 8 people on the bus. And so I was the only one upstairs.
If you're all the way back there, then probably you only got like the carrots and the celery, and the other kids got the wings.
Wait, there was carrots and celery?
Oh, I thought for sure like all the wings would get eaten as they passed it down, and you would. That's on our buses. They always gave us buffalo wings.
I'm sure they did, especially since we were going to Buffalo, but I didn't see any of it. I just got an empty plate, which I always thought was just sauce you licked.
Yeah.
So,
sauce you licked.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that is my thoughts. So now we're going to the playoffs. Jordan, how deep do you think we're going in the playoffs?
Gross.
I think we will play the wild card, win one game, and be out the next.
So you're saying we stick to our same patterns?
Yes.
Jordan's doctorate, I said, was in languages, but it's really in historical languages.
Oh.
So he is like a very much historical type of person. So he's saying because of their history, it will repeat itself. Yeah.
Exactly. And he's saying that in which language?
And he has
is
a
that
doctorate.
Latin?
No, I just translated it for you. He wrote it down.
Okay.
In Rune. He wrote it in Rune, and I translated it. But Yeah, but that's and he has a doctorate, so he knows.
Ancient Shoshone languages are what I focus on the most. But
All right. No, I was gonna do that, but I went with business, which has been really stellar for me.
yeah, I mean, I wanted to make the practical decision. So
Yeah. I almost went with psychology, which was a minor of mine. But then somebody said you can't get a job in psychology. Right? Today's world, I'd probably be rich.
What they meant was you.
Right. And I actually added in psychology to the end. They just said you can't get a job. Right. That was every interview I went to. So
In my mind, I'm like, they're talking about everyone and psychology being terrible. So I'm just going to go into business.
Yeah, that's got to be. And that's when I decided to go into business for myself.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Jonathan, where do you think we're going in the playoffs?
Super Bowl or bust.
All right. I am believing we're going to the Super Bowl again. I say it every year. You say it every year. It sounds now like a pipe dream, but
gross. But yeah,
that's
the worst.
I think that might be today's title. Is just gross.
But what about the record? Are we going to make the playoffs with your? You had 6 losses, right?
Yeah, you got 11-6.
Last year teams were making the playoffs at 9-7.
But what if
at 7 and
8? Yeah.
Well, Tampa made it with a losing record.
Yeah.
8-9. But our division's not going to be that bad.
So
I don't know. There might be an 11-win team that gets out of the playoffs this year.
Do you have a lot of
I can actually agree with that. What's that?
Do you have a lot of pipe dreams? Not to get all psychologists on you here and Freudian, but
I mean 6 or 7.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, I was a Mario Brothers fan when I was growing up, so
okay.
Yeah.
That's weird. So is Mario more in your dreams or Luigi?
No, not doing this. I'm out. So anyways, what is Jordan, I'm going to get your thoughts. All right. Mike McCarthy. Jordan, your thoughts. I know Jonathan's thoughts. What are your thoughts on Mike McCarthy?
I don't really like him at all. And it's the way he looks is the most part. I mean,
nobody's judging you on this one because we all agree.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I have felt disappointed in Cowboys coaches since Big Tuna. So
okay, and you're calling me on gross. Gross.
Yes. So I don't know. I'm not a big Mike McCarthy fan. I feel like he doesn't make the most out of opportunities in games, and I'd like to see him maybe with a little more control this year. We can see if he is actually the guy that can do that. Isn't he calling the plays? They said this year. So
which I don't understand. One guy's the offensive coordinator, and one guy's calling the plays.
Yeah, I know.
Is he really going to call the plays, or is he just going to say run, pass? What do you think?
Well, wasn't it last year he didn't really understand all the plays?
Right. Correct.
Okay. So good. We've moved advanced.
I wouldn't hire him for a regular manager type job. I'd be like, this guy is dumb. Look at him.
Well, he can multitask. He did get a massage in practice. By the way, when you see him on the field, do you think about that moment, him getting a massage? Well,
I'm sure players do.
Now.
Yeah, I'm sure players do. He said he likes to squeeze the most out of his players, which really bothered me.
Yeah.
But I can see it. Like,
do you think they oil him up, or do you think they just use the sweat from when he takes off all the layers of clothing indoors? Because
mixes.
Do you think when Jerry Jones talks about catching the greased pig or whatever, when he talks about like that whole greased pig thing that he talks about, he's actually thinking Mike McCarthy?
Got him.
Shave him off. Do you remember in Always Sunny when Frank crawls out of that couch, falls out of that?
Yes, he claws his way out of the sofa. Yes.
That's how I picture Mike McCarthy at Jerry Jones' house. That's how he got his job.
That day he stayed there. If you can make your way out by 6 a.m., you're the coach. All right. So, where's your line? So, at this point, Mike McCarthy gets fired. If we don't get to this spot, I'm asking Jordan.
I think they have to go to an NFC Championship because I mean he's had his chances, and it's the same thing. All of us Cowboys fans over and over, we're saying we want to go to the Super Bowl. We think we can go to the Super Bowl, and then it's always out division round over and over and over. So something has to change drastically. Will it? I don't know. But I would say if we don't make it to the NFC Championship, he should be gone.
So with this year and the way they've been active in the offseason in signing and getting players, honestly, I think if they don't get to the Super Bowl, I want them gone. I mean, I'll put anyone in there. Pee Wee Herman, like somebody can make it do better than what we've done. So I'm saying Super Bowl or he's gone, and that would be my message to him if I'm Jerry Jones.
Yeah, or if he hears this.
Yeah, well, they do listen to us. So, yeah.
That's been confirmed.
Yep. So what are your thoughts, Jonathan? Where are you at? If he gets us where?
I just don't know who's out there. I know I get your saying I'd rather have Pee Wee Herman, but like I was so disappointed after I was so happy when we fired Jason Garrett. And
I know.
So incredibly disappointed when they hired Mike McCarthy. I was so disappointed. But I'm just like, if they fire Mike McCarthy, then who are they going to? Ron Rivera? I guarantee you they're going to sign like Ron Rivera or Tom Coughlin or Eric Bieniemy or something terrible. And we're all going to be more disappointed than we are now. So, but I think it's Super Bowl or bust.
Well, Coach Jason Brown. Maybe.
Yeah, they're not going to sign Coach Jason Brown. That would be good if they did. But
from Last Chance U.
From Last Chance U, the coach on Last Chance U.
Jason Brown. Yeah.
So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Like if they actually had like a plan, if there's somebody out there, Dion, maybe they'll hold out for Dion.
So I guess to me when I look at it, I look at if I'm running a business and I have a manager who's not performing. Do I look at and say, who am I going to hire if I fire this guy, or this guy keeps screwing up? I've given him all the tools. It's time I try and find somebody. I'm probably going to put more effort into finding the right person than a lot of these teams do, but I think that there's somebody out there that's going to make it work.
I get that.
He's not doing it, so he's got to go.
Jerry Jones. I get that, but you're putting yourself in Jerry Jones's place.
Of course I am. I mean, we're practically, he's almost my father.
I'm not.
Me,
in Jerry
my
Jones's
sister
place.
is
so
currently suing.
My lack of trust is in Jerry Jones. If I knew that we would go out and find somebody else, find somebody good, I'd all for firing.
But your question is who else is out there, and I'm saying there's somebody out there. There's going to be somebody out there.
Agreed, but do you have faith that the Cowboys are going to find somebody else that's out there?
So,
Dave Campo, we're going to recycle
last year,
that
no, I did not. This year, looking at the way he just put together a team, looking at that so let's face it, Jerry Jones is on borrowed time as far as getting a Super Bowl.
Great.
I mean borrowed time in the fact that there's a lot of players that are getting to the point of retiring. Not that Jerry Jones is disappearing from this earth. But in that way, too, I mean, he's what? How old is he? He's 80 something?
80. Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to be running the team much longer, and I'm sure he wants to get a Super Bowl while he's running the team. So, I guess in that way, he's also on borrowed time. But he's got to do something, and he is putting money into a team right now that he hasn't done before. So I didn't have confidence in him to do this in an offseason. He's doing it, so maybe he will. Maybe he will go out and find a better coach. I've put this time in. I want some return on my investment before I retire and give the team up to my son, who the year after I'm done is going to win a Super Bowl, which would piss me off. So
yeah. But you hate your kids, and Jerry Jones.
I can't stand them, and they listen to this podcast. So you got Jordan, Alan, Ryan, and Zach. I mean, Zach's not my kid, but like a kid.
We might as well be. Whoever listens to the podcast kind of is.
Well, we call them our children.
Yeah.
We used to call them our boys. We used to call them our boys but then that started getting creepy.
Yeah,
So we just switched to
there
children.
could be girls.
Could be. I mean, it depends on the day, I guess.
He had a whole binder of boys at one point.
Oh yeah, with a lot of details.
Jonathan used to rank our callers. It was weird. It got weird for a while. So, anyways, that's my thoughts. I think we go with that. If it's working, it's working. If we can get to the Super Bowl, I am okay. I feel better this year than I did last year.
Me too.
And I felt good last year. And I think with this team, I can't see us doing worse. So if you feel better this year than last year, why are you picking us for less wins?
Who are you talking to right now?
Well, because we didn't get Jordan's win count last year.
Because I think
Also, he gave us the same amount of wins this year as he did as we had last year.
Part of why I feel better is just I changed my diet. So.
Oh, that makes sense. So more fiber means more losses, but a better feeling.
No, I think that the Cowboys are going to have more losses, but go further.
Okay. Yeah, and no explanation for that. Just happens to be. I know teams have lost, but I don't know. All right.
I haven't sat down with the video. I haven't sat down with the tape yet, so I gotta watch the tape.
You gotta review the tape. Okay. All right. I accept this. All right. Very good. Anybody? Anything you want to add? I don't even think we have. We do have to officially put Jerry Jones in the glory hole because he didn't change coaches. But man, I kind of feel like
just stick him in your pipe dream instead.
Out. Wow, that's horrifying. Thank you for that. So, we might have to edit that part out just because that's just way too embarrassing. All right. Anything else you want to add to this other than creepy talk about pipe dreams and Jerry Jones? Jordan, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Your insight as a doctor has been swell.
Yes, great. Thanks for having me. I'll keep watching. I'll keep liking it.
All right. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Make it a study that everyone has to pay attention to.
Definitely.
Ancient language course.
We could do it.
Some ancient language.
I'll do it at the college where I work. Yeah.
Excellent. Appreciate it. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See ya.
Thank you again for listening to this Four Winds Media podcast. Please stop by our website at Four Winds Media and check out all of our podcasts. They can be listened to wherever you stream your favorite podcasts. If you'd like to share your thoughts, feel free to put your comments down below and like and subscribe to us. We hope to see you here again soon.